another episode of Free to Play Weekly. Do apologize for the interruption last week. We here at MMOBomb were enjoying the Thanksgiving holiday here in the US, but now we're back to your regularly scheduled program. In this week's news, whoa, who opened the free-to-play floodgates? The betas, the releases, there are too many! In a strange reverse twist, this past week has been slow on news, but an especially busy week for new game releases. And we here at MMOBomb have been working hard to keep you up to date on all the latest first looks. One of the most undeniably anticipated betas included this past week was the very first closed beta phase for Age of Wushu. Snail Games, the publisher behind Age of Wushu, recently released details on the in-game cash shop options, and for some hopeful fans, the news may be a bit disappointing. Beyond the usual vanity items, cosmetic low-level skills and mounts purchasable in the cash shop, Snail Games intends on offering players membership opportunities and, curiously, in-game currency. It does worry me a bit that Age of Wushu will offer anything currency related to players, since being able to purchase currency could potentially diminish the value of currency in the game's economy. Snail Games reassured fans by stating, "The best weapons, skill books, and equipment do not come from spending real-world money, but from the effort players put forth in their professions and the world." Still, wouldn't you just be able to purchase currency and then purchase a weapon made by someone who actually put in the time with their professions? What do you think? If you want to know more about Age of Wushu, you can check out our first look of it right here on MMOBomb. So there's this teeny tiny game you might have heard of that was recently released. And by teeny tiny release, I mean the gargantuan release that is PlanetSide 2. Absolutely expansive MMO FPS was just released last week. The launch was anything but perfect, but bugs post-release for any MMO this size are always inevitable, and Sony Online Entertainment has been quick to respond to player concerns. In the past, PlanetSide 2 has had sort of a love-hate relationship going with its fans. However, SOE has done a great deal to bring the FPS up to code before release, and hopefully they'll continue this trend for the foreseeable future. In case you haven't tried PlanetSide 2, you can download it now through Steam. Seriously, if you're an FPS fan, go download it. Pause the video and do it. I'll wait. Board games are lots of fun. Playing with friends in a room, enjoying each other's company as you take turns rolling dice, exploring the game board, and reaping those sweet, sweet moments of victory. Those kinds of moments define the board game experience. But translating that real-world experience into an online one is a whole other matter. The indie developers at Wolfire Games know this all too well. So when the team was invited to the recent Fuck This Jam event, no really, that's what it's called, where indie teams set out to make a game in a genre they hate, Wolfire decided to tackle the board game genre, since in their eyes, online board games really lack the tactile feel of moving game pieces and cards around the board. The end result was something that not only plays well, but is truly an impressive feat for something that only took 1 week to make. Seriously, these guys have mad skills. The game itself plays a bit like Diablo in board game form. Players take turns moving around the board, tackling progressively harder monsters as they go. The starter square functions as a sort of town, where players start out and can be used to purchase items to aid in combat. Everything from the cards, the die, and the player pieces are moved by the players themselves, much like how you would if you were playing a board game in real life. The game is now available on both PC and Mac, and if you're interested in trying out the game for yourself, check out the full news on MMOBomb.com for more detail and how to download. Oh, and did I mention no microtransactions? Kickstarter has become a seemingly overnight sensation in 2012, especially for indie developers looking for an intuitive, investor-free method of raising money to produce their titles. All it seems a good developer needs these days is some good concept art, a strong idea, and a great pitch. Mixing all these things together creates a winning brew that seemingly makes money rain down from the internet sky. Even more recently, we've begun to see game projects move toward Kickstarter in order to help push the game down the home stretch toward completion. The games themselves have already been in development for a while, but the developers usually need just a bit more funding to finish it. Codebrush is looking for just that in order to complete their upcoming title, ArcheBlade. For those of you unfamiliar with ArcheBlade, the game is an upcoming third-person brawler that features distinct characters, each with their own unique fighting style. The game has been in development for 4 years in South Korea, and now the CEO of Codebrush Games is asking for $100,000, stating that the Kickstarter will allow them to expand the contents of the game, adding new characters, character skins, maps, and many more features. The game is set for an early 2013 release via Steam, with a beta sometime in January. Night Age, like the always timely knight in shining armor, has so courageously bestowed upon us their first expansion, only a few short months after release. The expansion, dubbed simply as the Mega Expansion, features a variety of new content additions, including a level cap increase to 42, an entirely new map, a new dungeon, new enemies, and, of course, so many new items and mounts you could fill a castle with them. The new map, called Grey Shores, sounds as despairing and uninviting as it actually is, what with its perpetually burning forest, barren lands, and terrifying giants with a burning vengeance against humans. No need to wait for a release date. Interested fans can check out the new expansion right now. In some more personal news, MMOBomb has recently launched an awesome new livestream hub tool where you guys can watch all your favorite live streams from all your favorite free-to-play games, all on the same page. How do we get such diverse content visible on the same page? Well, besides sacrificing our left kidneys to the free-to-play gods, our powerful new toy dynamically tracks and adds new video live streams related to free-to-play online games from popular stream sites, including Owned and Twitch TV. And the game of the week is Hellgate. Hellgate is a 3D action MMORPG that's set right smack dab in the middle of a futuristic demon-filled apocalypse. Players can become one of 6 specialized classes, each with their own unique futuristic armor sets, advanced weaponry, and powerful magic from hell itself. Utilizing their unique abilities, players will eradicate disgusting beasts from hell, the undead, demons, and huge bosses hundreds of feet tall. The game features a Diablo-style loot system, where players can collect the loot from random dungeons and enhance their weapons with upgrades and relics. Players can also opt to play in both third-person and first-person mode, while partying up with friends or in a solo campaign. If you are looking for a non-typical MMO setting, you should give Hellgate a try by heading on over to the official page on MMOBomb right now. Well, that's all for this week, but as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment, and until next week, check out MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action.